Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, I want to go over with you the steps to self-actualization and self-mastery. The first step is the relationship with yourself. The relationship with yourself is one of the foundations of being fully actualized and being in self-mastery. The relationship with yourself is the key because you are the center of the universe, of your universe. If you don't have a good relationship with yourself, then you're creating self-sabotage, you're creating suffering, you're creating pain, you're creating victim, you're creating being victimized. Because you're living in the energy of unworthiness, undeservingness, and it may not be all of these energies or frequencies, but there's an entanglement of not being enough, not feeling worthy, not feeling deserving, not loving yourself, not accepting yourself, not forgiving yourself, not believing yourself, not trusting yourself. So, as we're talking about those, you can fill in. And maybe it's not all of these, maybe it's one or two of them, but there's an entanglement. You can imagine that they are standing, they're leveled, all of them aligned. And if one drops, then all of them drop. If one rises, then the other ones begin to rise. And then the other one is the relationship with Source. Source, or the non-relationship with Source, is what creates a lot of this suffering because we forget or we've forgotten that we are source, that we are creation, that we're God within us. And we live in that separation. We live in that illusion. We live in that mind lie that we are not good enough, that we're sinners, that we have to effort, that we don't deserve. And we live in this story. However, when we're able to break through all of that and step into I am, and I honor myself for who I am. And you reconnect with the light. You reconnect with the divinity within you. You reconnect with the joy and the happiness within you. You reconnect with your self-worth. You reconnect with flow in abundance and prosperity. You reconnect with happiness and peace. So as you can see, one and two are very intertwined. They're very connected. They work with each other and they also can work against each other, meaning that if one is not aligned, then it draws the other one out of alignment. Now, the third step is the relationship that you have with the world. This is also as important because you're either living up to somebody else's expectations, you're living somebody else's story, or you're allowing somebody else to create your story by taking on the belief systems, the limitations, by taking on the rules or expectations of society and mass consciousness, by taking on the stories of your parents, by taking on the pain and suffering of your lineage. So that's one aspect of the relationship with the world. And the other aspect is you. How do you show up in front? So how do you step out? How do you show up in front of the world? And that has to do with your confidence, your self-worth. So again, you can see the connection here, your belief in yourself. So if you show up in the world and you feel unworthy, that the world is going to treat you unworthy. Um, you'll be passed on promotions, you'll miss on opportunities, people will overlook you in other things. They may not express kindness. So we really want to be aware of how we're relating to the world. Also, if you feel like the world is the reason why your life is not what it is, if you blame others. So this is about taking responsibility for yourself because you are the center of your universe. You're creating and co-creating with the rest of the world. So you want to understand yourself. You want to understand how you're showing up that is creating whatever is showing up in front of you, especially if there's the dynamic of domination, suppression, control, narcissism, codependencies, power struggles. You want to look at how am I being? How am I showing up in the world that's creating this? And then we move into your willingness to take radical responsibility. So radical responsibility is very important. It's very important because if you're not taking responsibility for what you're creating, the actions, decisions you're making, then you're going to get more of the same. And that's really the same thing as blaming others for your life. And if you're blaming others for your life, then you're also letting others create for you. So we want to take that power back. We want to become the master creator. We want to become the mighty creator. We want to take ownership of our life and destiny. And then the fifth step is the willingness to change what is not working, or the willingness to let go of what's not working. We often stay in our comfort zone, even if it's full of suffering and full of pain. We stay there because it's what we know. And to move into something different is the unknown. There's more fear connected to that. So we have to have the willingness and the courage to let go of the things that are not longer serving us. And that may also be relationships. That may also be business partnerships. That may also be career. Whatever that is, we have to be willing, because when we're willing, we're trusting. We're trusting the divine. We're trusting the universe. We're trusting our divine partnership with Source. We're saying, I deserve more. I deserve better. So I am letting go of this that is not bringing me joy and happiness. That is not bringing me fulfillment. I am letting go of this that is causing me pain. And I'm choosing, and I'm also asking you, Source, God, Universe, to bring to me, align to me, with me, that which makes me happy. And then the sixth step is self-awareness. Self-awareness, you started to look at that on step 3. Really, actually, all these steps, your awareness of the relationships with Source, God, Universe, with yourself, and with the world. Also, your awareness of whether or not you're taking responsibility or blaming others. Awareness is being aware of your actions, being aware of the choices, and from where you make those choices, meaning that, let's say that an opportunity showed up and you're in a situation where you feel desperate, and you take this opportunity knowing that it may not be the best opportunity, but you're doing it out of desperation. So because the reason why you're doing it is already out of alignment, the outcome of this opportunity may also be out of alignment. So that's self-awareness. Another example would be if you're in a relationship and you're projecting your fears into the relationship. If you're projecting your feelings of not enough into the relationship. And the way that looks is if you're putting somebody down, if you're not supporting them, if you are being mean or even a bully. So you want to be aware of yourself and what you're contributing to others around you. The seventh step is your daily practice. So you want to develop a daily practice that keeps you in this alignment. You know, you're moving away from life is happening to you, everything is happening to you, to I am creating, I am carving out, I am carving my path forward. So you want to have a practice that keeps you in that momentum, in that flow, in that alignment. And that practice may be waking up in the morning and expressing gratitude to yourself and others, expressing loving kindness to you and your little ones, your inner child, and to your loved ones. It may be connecting to the divine and allowing the divine to flow within you, to nourish your soul, to fill your heart, and then go out about your day in that feeling. Your practice may also be having a midday meditation where you just stop and you go into that stillness and you release whatever the day has brought to you that is not in alignment with you and is not supporting you. Or you do something else that helps you connect to nature, like taking a walk. Or maybe you invite somebody to go on a walk with you, just to have connection. Doesn't have to be anything else. And the last step is to choose to be your best self. So it's really the combination or culmination of steps 1 through 7. 8 is that commitment to yourself, that commitment that you're going to do it every day, that you're going to put yourself first, that you're going to be your biggest cheerleader, that you're going to support your mission, your journey, that you're going to play all out, that you're going to keep yourself accountable, that you're going to always be present or try to be present, practice being present, being the best version of yourself, and playing in radical trust and surrender. Those are the steps. And I look forward to going deeper with you on each of these steps. Lots of love. Namaste. Bye for now.